I was just saying that really changed with you over the last couple of weeks, and it'd be a good idea to kind of do this video to also show the world as much as they are changing and growing in their vibration, so are we. So tell the world, Raph, tell the world how it's changed for you over the last few weeks. What's happened to you?
I'll tell you how it started. Yeah, but a person I was introduced to a group.
I know how it's. I know how it started, but I think the world needs to know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, a person was introduced to our group, and she disliked me. It's a friend. We won't mention names. I wanted to kill her. I've never had that feeling ever before. But someone I didn't know, and whoever introduced, well, when I was she introduced to our group, I was very angry. I didn't want on the group, but the problem is, because I was that angry and I wanted to kill, I wanted to know more. It intrigued me why I had this feeling deep down that I really did not like her, and eventually we were introduced by our friend Sophie, who brought us to the group, and as we got to know each other, we started becoming friends, which was very, very strange. And what she did, she sent me a keyword through a message, a chat message, and it broke me. It absolutely broke me in tears. Now, I've never cried before. I didn't cry when my mum died. I didn't cry really when my wife died. But what she said in that minute conversation at 5 o'clock in the morning, it broke me, and I cried for 50 minutes. I've never done that before, and I didn't know why I was doing it, and I was panicking because what did she do to me that could break me? And what she did is she opened my emotions, she opened my heart, and everything just came out. My personality was completely changed, as you know. My ego, which sometimes you might see comes out still, was put in check. It was like I was embracing it instead of hiding it or letting it run my life. And all of a sudden I saw that everything I did was for me. I didn't really, even what I was wording was like not real. Everything I wrote on that messenger group was not real. It was just fake. It was just like saying love and light without meaning it. And that was 11 days ago. So it's 11 days and I've got to this stage. Now my ego soon went. I went first. My emotions went, and all of a sudden I started I didn't feel guilt, but I thought all the people that I'd hurt without knowing it. Like my daughter, my oldest daughter's 25, and she's very similar to me. So she's one of these that doesn't give in. She's right, and I'm like that, I'm right, and it's full stop. So we used to argue a lot. I used to call her names, innuendo names that weren't real, if you know what I mean. And when I came to the conclusion that I was well wrong, because we were equal wrong at it, but I'm the father and I'm the mentor, so I'm the one who should show her the way. It shouldn't be me. It shouldn't be her. She should be looking up to me, and I should be sorting it out. And I actually sent a text, and I just apologized for everything, and I just said basically, I love you. I've never done that to any of my kids because I had no emotion. And she actually we talked later on, and she said I had to stop the car because I just burst out crying. It's as though an heavy weight's released off my shoulders, off her. Now on me, I've said I did this to all my kids. I even did it to my sister, who was the only one who gave me proper love when I was one, because she's 7 years older, but that's because she's 7 and I was like the new thing. So I phoned her to say that I've never said it. I'm really you know, what you did when I was a child was really the best person to give me love, and I just want to thank her. So everyone I talked to started crying. So everyone I talked cried. My sister cried. Me too. Everyone, well, most people. My other daughter probably. She's a bit stronger for that sort of thing. But every time I actually did it, it lifted a part of me. If you are nasty with anyone in this world and you keep it, you're keeping it, and you basically, what's the word? It's yours, and you're making it bigger. So I can't even say the word. Oh, it was a cracking word. You've given it life, haven't you? You've given that nasty part of you that life, and it'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger. You own it. I've owned it. That's it. The word is own. I've owned the nasty side. But during the time, what I noticed every day, I was feeling very lighter. And our friend told me that I've got to be human. So when I have an headache, I normally stick my 2 fingers out, release it, and it's gone. This time, I had 3 days of headache, and I've never had a headache before, so it's even worse for me. And I wanted to cheat, but I thought, no, keep it. But let's be the human for change. I had a lot of pain in my back. The back pain was that much. I think it was Kundalini leveling or something, or something was going with that. And that was unbelievable pain. And I wanted to cheat them, but I thought, no. She's told me, she actually opened me up. So whatever she says, because she opened me up, I had to go with it. And I had tingling all over it. I felt like I needed an healing session with someone. I've never had that before, because I've never really been ill. I'm not being big or anything. If you're really good at healing, don't become ill. I had pains everywhere, headaches everywhere. I had hot and cold flushes, and I've had that for about a week. And I really, about the 6th day, I didn't want it. I wanted to get back to what I was because it was that bad. It was really that bad. But you probably noticed all of a sudden my chats started becoming different. I started becoming more lighter, more loving, I'd say.
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable. Yeah.
The heart space has opened up you.
The word that she said, do you want to know the word that she said that broke me? The key word?
Yeah.
I devote love as pain. That was so anything to do with love was pain. And because love was pain, I blocked it all. Now, after about 5 or 6 days, there's a lot happening here, a lot of days. She actually said that my wife had died, wanted releasing. She'd done something wrong, which we all do, because of her friends' advice. And because what her friends gave her advice, she believed them. So she basically had a test and she did the wrong one. And I didn't get over that. I didn't get over that period of my life. And she wanted releasing. Now, my wife as well had a skeleton uncovered. I'm not going to tell a lot, but she had an abortion before she met me. So I had to tell this daughter that, look, you're my daughter now. Mm-hmm. And that basically, the spirit of her actually visited me, and I just started crying. It was so emotional, it was unbelievable. My wife then, she went, but she actually went into my son's dream next day, and my son saw my wife, and he said, but you're dead. And then she smiled and just disappeared. So that was like saying goodbye to him, which was great. So me and this friend told us every secret we've ever had. I'm not saying that, but every secret. We're a bit embarrassed when we were dead young. So I'm not going into it. But every time we did it, we released something. Something was released, and it carried on and on and on. And in the end, after about 8th day, I released all mine, I think. Then I got the downloads. Now, my emotions were blocking most of my downloads over the years. I've had a lot, but a lot of them were blocked. The whole lot came in on I don't even know the date, on the Friday. I got about 1,000. And what happened then? everything became so clear. Like if you lose something, you wonder where it is. I don't. I know where it is. It's in my head. Oh, it's over there. It can be. I can really put it in a stupid place, but I'll remember where it is, and I'm thinking, where's that coming from? I'm not even thinking that. It's just coming into me, and all of a sudden, I get like messages. Now, I mentioned to you that we've had a past life. Did you get that message? But
I did get it. I don't think I read all of it. But
we were brothers in a past life.
Oh, that's right. I remember now.
It was medieval times, and one of us killed the other one when we were playing. Now, what that did, the person that died had karma for the next life because it didn't know why it died. It was pain. But the main one, the one who killed, had depression through his life because he'd killed his brother. So, on here, live, I think we should just say, just absolute it. How do you absolute it? I had a little prayer thing, but I haven't put it down. But if we forgive each other, it just takes the karma away. It was an accident at the time, just clear it. And we can do it with energy, actually. We can connect and do it that way, can't we?
Definitely, yeah. Who killed who, though? Because I don't remember that lifetime.
I don't know. I got that when I was talking to you, actually, because I made a slight, sometimes I make a little slight comment, and them slight comments is because of that past life. Because when I do that, I think, well, where's that coming from? I don't know where that's not me. And I got the vision then, because I've got a lot of the knowing now. I actually got the vision of a little sword fight, and we died. Now, you probably didn't get much with that because it didn't really hurt you that way. But obviously it hurt me a lot more. Okay, so we just release it with that energy? Is that the best way? What do you think?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. Yeah. Shall we do it?
Yeah, why not? Get it rid of it.
Go on then. You start.
I don't know how to do it.
It's really quite simple. We just connect heart to heart, and then it's what you're feeling in your heart, whether it's well, it's forgiveness, isn't it, regardless of which one was which. I kind of feel that I probably killed you by the sounds of it, so because of what you're feeling, because I'm not feeling the same things you're feeling, so let's work on that. Yeah. And so it's you kind of
I'm getting dead up.
Yeah. Ready? Okay, good. Okay, my heart's connected to your heart. Oh yes, I see it now. We were very young at the time, though.
We're only kids.
You were standing on a bloody stone. It was accidental. You were standing on the stone. We were wearing those like tunics. I can see. You were standing. You slipped and you fell into my sword.
Let's be honest here, this is true. I've seen that. I saw that. But somehow that created some sort of, God knows what I created. But yeah, it was I did say it was an accident. I know it was an accident. Definitely. That's amazing because I've seen that myself.
Yeah, it was an accident. You slipped. The rock was actually quite slippy. It's quite a big boulder. You can see this big boulder, really old, almost like circular shape, which is really strange. I've not seen that before. And it's had, like, you can see it had limestone over it, and it was wet, and you slipped on it, and you fell, but you fell straight into my sword because I was pointing my sword up at you, and you fell straight into it. But the reason why you resent it is because it was an experience that was denied to you. That's why. An experience that we were having together that was denied to you, and that's why you resent it.
The reason why I said it was an accident is because I have actually seen what you've just seen, which is quite amazing. It's a shame I didn't write it down. I can't get proof.
Yeah, it was an accident for sure.
Yeah.
It wasn't like deliberate or malicious in any way. It was something unexpected.
What year was that? I know it's medieval, that's all. I think 1300, but I might be wrong, because
I'm getting 1605.
oh, but kids don't really know the age of year and everything, do they? So
I'm getting 1605 for some reason. That's the first number that pops into my head. So I run with it. 1605 is what I'm getting.
Okay.
For some reason. Yeah. But yeah, it was. We were really young. We were like a darkish kind of almost blonde-ish hair, but not really blonde. It was like a dead blonde. We were white as well, white young children as well.
I did say
in these kind of tunics.
I did say I was 13, but I think I wanted to be 13. So I think I was younger than that.
Well, I think way younger than that. Yeah, way younger. No, I think it was more.
I was pretending to.
I think it's more like 10. Yeah, I'm thinking more that age. Yeah, definitely.
But I think I was pretending to be my brother. The other one, I think we had a few, so I was pretending. Unless you were, I was pretending to be you. I don't know, but why did we have sword fights with real swords?
We were allowed to do that because there was some reason why we were allowed to do it and others weren't. I wouldn't say we were royalty, but we was something to do with that, and so we always had access to the armory in some ways, and so we used to like sneak out and play with them. We used to play with them. We weren't meant to, but we sneaked out and we would play with them, and the guards knew about it. They were fine with it. They were like, go ahead, lad. Go and have some fun.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to them.
I'd dread to think. I dread to think. Yeah.
So that's another one gone. Yeah. Did you get that video off that message off Sophie about what Raph did?
About what I did, sorry.
What Raphael did. I used to get Sophie out the lower dimensions, and I got her once, and I rescued her, but I said, hold on, let's stay down here for a bit. Now I've got a story that you don't know.
Tell me.
I've always said I had something weird about Michael. I've always got this, and I found out why. Because we had a little bit of a fight because he thought I had gone dark, and we had a fight. I hadn't gone dark. I'm one of these that likes to go in the dark, but it's not an addiction like some people like it. I'm not like that. I'm like on the neutral. I'll go anywhere, if you know what I mean. We had a bit of a fight. One of us nearly died. I'm not saying who, but instead of me killing him, we gave each other a hug, and that was a little bit of that was a bit of pastoral. Angels aren't friendly all the time, but it was because I was going in the dark too much. I was going into the lower dimensions. I was quite enjoying myself there, but I was actually I was getting used to the dark energy so I can fight, do warrior work.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
I got that you were really young, because the way I'm seeing you is almost like young lads, like 17, 18-year-olds still learning about your craft. That's what I'm seeing between you two. So that's interesting.
The person I got connected to, this Ivan's told us that we are not twin flames or anything like we thought we were. We're something new, something different, and when we combine, the power is it's massive because we interlock. So we're separate entities, but we interlock, and that's why he actually said that sometimes I'm more powerful than Michael. So my ego's great on that. Not very often, but yes.
I know.
I'll accept that one.
I know. That's good. I like that one. Very good.
But yeah, we're still sorting everything out. So I feel really light. I feel great. I'll do a few videos. I'm a different now. If you see the others, I was just playing it. I was just me, Joker self.
Yeah.
But this is a bit more serious. The awakening is. I have been through loads of awakenings. I don't think they were that good. But this one, I don't want it.
Of course you don't want it.
Hot and cold flushes. It's because I don't know where it's going. It's and what Ivan said, that me and his friend, who are like interwoven, we get together when the earth needs us. So this is the best time, and I suppose it does.
This is why we're here. The planet needs us. You know, we look at everything going around us. You know, there's some countries already saying, you know, people have to have vaccinations or they can't work. You know, and already that's being rolled out. We can see Britain's already ordered 90 million vaccines ready for what? Half the people are already cured with it, but it's happening. So it's being rolled out.
Are you at the front?
Do you know what? When I had the COVID-19 virus, because I wanted it, I wanted to experience what it'd feel like. I kind of felt like I can manipulate it. I kind of feel like I can burn it out. And I also feel the same with the actual vaccine. I feel like I can burn it out. I feel like it doesn't matter what they do. It's all pointless because we're such high vibrational at the moment. And there are many that's so high vibe, it won't touch us. It won't make a difference to us. You know, they'll try. You know, you can damage things, but you can't destroy things. Things can be regenerated. We can regenerate ourselves. We do this once a year, don't they? The scientists already say, look, once a year, everything in your body is regenerated. So you've got new blood, like new tissue, new bones, new everything. You know, it's all been regenerated. So I kind of feel the same way about, you know, COVID. It's like, you know, if you think it's going to affect you, then it's going to affect you, and if you don't think it will affect you, then it won't affect you.
That was one of my worries, because I'm human. While I'm going through the awakening, I don't really want that at the moment.
No,
give it a minute. Yeah, but 106 centigrade burns everything out. 10 minutes, and it burns everything out.
I'm doing hours of that at the moment. I literally, my body is so warm at the moment. Like, I know it's quite warm in Britain at the moment, but even when it's not, like, my temperature's like through the roof. It's like so high at night. It's burning everything out, and I can't. I'm you know, it's very much like you, Raphael. I can't even eat things anymore that I used to like enjoy. Like I had when you were having your session with Deb, that was my first can of cherry coke that I've not had for like months, and I wasn't enjoying it. I could taste the chemicals in everything now. Everything.
I haven't had a fizzy drink in 8 days.
Yeah.
I haven't had a Red Bull, no energy drinks, nothing. The only thing is I had a little bit of Diet Cola with some comfort watching the great game of football when we got beat last night. I would have preferred no cola after watching that, to be honest.
Yeah. Everything you eat, everything you drink, it just tastes so different. Even juice, like even certain fruits, you know, like I had an apple. I've got like the same apple, a pack of 6, you know, and I'll eat one and it's amazing. It tastes so good, and I'll eat another from the same pack, and it just tastes not great. It's, you know, chemical. I can taste everything in it. It's not good. So it's like chuck that, because that's no good. That's my body saying, nah, you can't have that. And have another one, and it's brilliant. And it's very much like that. You know, it's like, you know, you can have things from the same pack, but it doesn't necessarily mean your body's okay with it. You know, your body is telling you.
Well, the worst thing out of everything is when I ate that bacon balm. I had one bite and I had to give it the dog. That is my favourite need. Why? I couldn't, anything else, at least ice cream's okay, but anything else, but why? Now, I've eaten curries. My sons think I'm ill. They think I'm dying because I don't like curries, but I'm eating curries now. Pasta, I don't like pasta, but I'm eating them now. Bacon, I'm not eating now. And like, I'm not eating chips very often now. I'm tending to eat salads. They really think it's something really. They think I've gone to the doctors and I've got something hidden. So especially I'm telling my daughters how much I love them when I've never said it before. And next week I'm actually eating food that I've never eaten before. And like the other day I had steak. My son think, that's dear. Why have you brought that? I just fancied it. It flowed with me. So I thought, but yeah, anything I didn't like, and I like most things, especially bacon. I don't really like. I haven't eaten bacon for 11 days since this happened. I just hope it adjusts itself and it comes slightly back to normal.
It won't.
I know.
It won't, because you'll be able to feel the vibration of that particular food that you're eating, and it's a low vibe, or all meat is low vibe. It's got a lot of chemicals in it. It's it's been killed animal, and if that animal died in pain and suffering, you're going to feel it. If it died happy, which most animals don't, then you'll feel that too. But generally, every time I've ate anything to do with like fish or meat, or after my after my vibrations got really high, like I can feel it, and it makes you feel crap. And you know what? What I noticed is it sometimes when I'm guided to eat chicken just to lower my vibration because it gets really high, and sometimes, well, majority of the time, the chicken's always been slaughtered, and so it's never been very happy in that way. And although it's a lower sentient being, there's still energy and vibration attached to it. And so when I eat it, it's okay, lows of vibration, but actually my vibration stays low until it completely comes out of my system. So actually it's come completely out of my system in order for me to get back to being that high vibe again. So with some people it's 24 hours, some people it's 48, it just varies on your system. But for me it's 48, so it takes 2 days, for it to travel. So I'm like that for like 2 days, and then I'm back to being high vibe again. But yeah, it's you will feel it. You'll feel it with everything.
What I've done, a little energy ball like that. Give love into it, a loving memory, most of them, and then put it in your food. And it doesn't matter if it's slightly low. It lifts it up a bit, so it's a little tiny bit of a treat. So I do actually. If you give love into your food that you're preparing, it's a better taste. It really is. Anyone, you should try it.
I do that with my daughter's food. So she loves sausages, and I don't really like her eating meat, but it's her choice, and I'm not going to stop her. So I kind of bless that food with love and light and pure source energy. When I'm cooking it, or when I've finished it, or whenever it might be, and I do that every time, because obviously I don't want her to get the negativity from it and the chemicals and the bad stuff from it. I don't want her to have that. So I bless her food every day. Anything to do with meat, I always bless it, always. Because I kind of feel like salad and stuff like that's quite high vibe anyway, like apples and all that. So high vibe.
I enjoyed the weekend in Scotland that you opened Sophie, and I got absolutely. She completely changed, and I'll be honest. I thought, what have you done? But you just lifted the film over the wall, and I was healing people in the other group, and she was getting jealous because I wasn't. And I was thinking, we are spiritual. What's wrong with this? And it was very, very difficult, and and like this friend and like Sophie got us all together, and me. It is a bit like we're reacting to each other. So there's other jealousies there, and this is all karma coming out. Yeah,
totally. Sophie was a little bit. I mean, when you'll be able to relate to this, Ralph, because I'm sure you've had many experiences like this. When we do the video connection, it's powerful. When we do a voice connection, just a audio only, it's powerful. But when we do a face-to-face video connection, it's powerful. But when I meet you in person, it just blows you out of the water. And this is, you know, I knew at the time, because obviously, do you remember when we were in the car park and I did what I needed to do, you know, and you were like, you're like, it ain't gonna work, you know, it's not gonna happen.
Did you finish? Did you remember what I said? Do you want a jewel? Did you remember that?
No,
I said, do you want a power jewel? I wonder where that came from.
Yes, yes, I do remember that. Yes, that's right.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, well, we know now, don't we? Yeah, so when I finished, you know, you were saying to Sophie, do you feel any different? And Sophie was like, no, I feel the same. I'm like, just wait. And then it changed. It always does. Our vibrations are really high. This is what we came to do. We came to catalyze people. We came to like change people. We start people on their journeys, on their awakenings, you know, and we're not the only ones doing this. You know, there are so many people on the planet already doing this. You know, a phrase that they say, or a look that they give, or a hug or a touch that they give, or, you know, just even being in their, you know, presence, you know, is enough sometimes. So there's so many people, millions and millions of people on the planet doing this, and we're all helping each other to awaken. We're helping each other to catalyze one another to get higher into our vibration, you know. So we can beat the system here on planet Earth. That's what it's about. This one world government is definitely being pushed forward. You know, they're definitely going for it. They want everyone to be vaccinated. They want a one world government. You can see many of the stores, the big stores, you know, we're all closing down, they're all shut, you know, people losing their jobs left, right and centre. That's happening, that's a reality. You know, we're becoming a cashless society. A lot of places you're going to now they will accept cash, but they prefer card. All of a sudden, you know, I think it was what was it? I think it's Domino's was saying they don't accept any cash, everything's got to be done by card. Cashless society, there we go.
This was mentioned 10 years ago, this was mentioned, wasn't it? Yeah,
this has been mentioned by the greats, isn't it? You know, so many people talked about this. David Icke has been so vocal about this for such a long time, and here we are seeing it come to fruition, you know. Microchipping you know, and we've all seen the microchips, you know.
You're breaking up.
You can get in here.
Are you there?
Alright, just tell me when I'm back.
You're near, I think you're back now, yeah. Your face is still though.
Yeah, well, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Is it? Okay. It's interesting we start talking about microchipping and all of a sudden it's like goes a bit screw it, doesn't it?
Yeah, shall we go off that subject so before we get frozen?
Yeah.
The interesting
we can see it all playing out.
Yeah, the interesting thing with Sophie, who brought my mirror self, feminine side to me, that I couldn't tell who she was. You've got a difficulty. My friend who is knows a lot, and I think she's just hidden from us, because if we knew, we'd back off, and that's why. Yeah. So do you get that, Nilesh? That Sophie's.
Maybe. I don't know. I kind of feel like Sophie's blocking, and she has been blocking for some time, and I think she's very reluctant to come into her knowing, and she'd rather let others tell her about what's going on with her rather than kind of discovering it for herself. So my role when we met up in Scotland was really just to break that open, and that's exactly what I did. I just took it away, and then she had no choice. She couldn't hide behind it anymore. She couldn't hide behind it. She had to be opened up. She had to release it, and I just cracked open her heart. That's exactly what I did. And what she doesn't realise that it was a combination of both that did it. So it was a combination of my energy and a combination of my voice and the words that I was using to break it open.
Keywords. I've used keywords. Keywords are quite clever. It's like a downloading a word, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like it when I'm giving someone a keyword and I know I'm giving a keyword, but they don't, and they think that's nothing. And I think, wait till it starts working.
You're right.
Yeah, you're getting it now.
Exactly. Words are powerful. Vibration is very powerful. Yeah, definitely, and we can use that to help those, that really need it. So, yeah. it's so important. All of it's so important. But yeah, I mean, Scotland was brilliant. I loved it. It was great spending time with with all of you, really, and having that time with you guys, because I don't think we'll ever have that again. I think the next time it might be different. I don't think I know I'm not definitely going back. I was told that was my first and my last time to Scotland, and I'm not returning. But I had a different reason for going to. There was many reasons, not just one. Meeting up with you guys was obviously, really wonderful, but Scotland was also calling me. The land itself was also calling me. So I felt like that my energy and vibration just, needed to be there, imbue it, just like many others get called, to certain locations and certain places. And, it's because our energy is required there. And this is not just me. I'm sure many people have been called to Scotland, and their energy is also needed too. It's not just about a particular being. It's about all of us. We all have a unique vibrational energy signature. And sometimes the land requires that. It requires it. It asks you for it. That's why you get called to these places.
Do you remember when we were next to each other on that rock, and you could just feel the druids and everything? And I saw them obviously, and it was just beautiful. You could have stayed there all day, actually, which I think we did.
I mean, that particular place. I mean, it's interesting because we travelled around that site quite a lot. And nothing felt as powerful as being on those rocks. I mean, on those rocks was just pure power.
Yeah.
I was like, if we stayed there any longer, my Kundalini was just going, and it was all, my Kundalini is already opened, but I could feel it, like, vibrating higher and higher and higher. So I was like, if we stay here any longer, it's going to get like really, really, really kind of crazy. But yeah, it was really good. Really, really, really good. Yeah, very powerful. Love that.
Yeah, I think it was a druid portal open, and I think the druids got killed by Romans there, and I think it was left open, and I think we were just connecting to it. Yeah. You froze. We didn't say anything bad.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah, we didn't say goodbye. You froze it.
Again. I don't look frozen, but you're telling me I'm frozen. I'm back, yeah.
But you were lit up. Oh, come on, please. Come on.
Oh, perfect. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you froze, but I can still hear you, so that's fine. The other thing that I've noticed with Sophie does, she brings people into the group without asking me, but she says the face lights up. So that's one of her abilities. She sees people who have got it by her face, which is quite about. But I do think that me and this friend are blocked from her because we don't know the story. And if she wasn't blocked, we'd know the story and we'd probably get out. Yeah, so
probably. Yeah. Probably. I don't know. I think it's, I love the surprise of it all. I try not to pry too much and find out too much. I know you guys love that, but I don't. I love the this is what you're amazing, And then when you tap into the energy, it's like, duh, it was there all along. Like, did you not see this, and this? And I'm like, yeah, all right. But it's nice. It's nice to kind of be surprised by all. It's like, it's like nice. I love the journey of it. I love the surprising aspect of the journey. I
did apart from these last 11 days. The last 11 days have been something that's new to me, that I thought I'm in control, I know everything, I can tap into this, and all of a sudden, bang. And I didn't know really who it was, I suppose. I was very fake and shallow before 11 days ago, because my heart was blocked and everything, so I wasn't giving anything out, really.
It's I think Raphael, is very hard to be genuine. I had to work very hard at that, and I had to go through a lot of ups and downs, and I had to really face, you know, the human being and the personality and the traits that I had many years ago. I'm talking 10-15 years ago now. And it was a bit of a harsh reality. So I went through all of that. And so that's why what you see is what you get. It's not different, you know, and it's a way of being, you know, it's a way of being, and not everyone can do it, you know, and people are learning to do it. And this is what you're learning too. It's about just being who you are and being the vibration you are, and not kind of hiding behind anything else, you know, because the vibration itself is immense, you know. That's vibration, as you know, it's immense. We work very closely together with the other 4, you know, archangels. We work together, and we're the ones that kind of, you know, get to know the jobs and what needs to be done, and we're very active a lot in many realms, not just that realm of heaven, many realms. And so, you know, this is what makes us us. This is why we do what we do, because only this particular vibration can do it. You know, if you add something to it or take something away, it wouldn't be the same and it wouldn't work. You know, I'm very clear about that. I'm very clear about that. It has to be a certain vibration in order for things to work, you know. So yeah, I kind of feel that you know, things have changed with you big time. So I don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as in like just a progression in your journey. You know, it's good. And you know, for a period of time, the ego you had was needed. You know, fighting demons, as you and I both know, because we've both done this many times over. I've come across some real darkness, and you've seen the same darkness I've seen. So, you know, when we see that level of darkness, you know, we know what it takes, you know, to stand up to that level of darkness. We know what kind of vibration you need to be, because you can't be not known in your vibration, just to be in that level of like demonic energy or low vibrational energy, whatever name you want to give it, you know, whatever.
Well, it can get hold of you, can't it, at the end of the day? If you haven't got that, if you're weak and you're addicted sort of thing, you can get taken over, and then they've got you, haven't they, I suppose? They've got you, our source.
You've got to be the source, you've got to be the source. And if you're not the source, then you're right, it will dominate you and take you over, and you know, and it will control you. And this is exactly what we see, you know, is exactly what we've experienced. So yeah, definitely. And I think for a period of time you needed that, but also I know that that's what you were going through, but I also know that because I've done, you know, people have had attachments and I've taken them and got rid of them, you know, and that's just done through light, through anything else.
Yeah,
which is where, you know, I can remember again that was done, and it's just a way of doing it. Right, wrong, it's unique to you or what you want to experience yourself, you know, in to expand your consciousness and your awareness. So, you know, it's all cool, right? It's kind of what it's about. And you've changed so much. I mean, like, I think back to when I first met you and how different, you know, you were then to how different you are now, and not just change as in like in regards to your vibration, because that's changing you and it's changing your human 3D self. Not only is it changing your personality, but it's also changing you physically as well. Did you know?
The light, yeah, bones to light, isn't it? I know that. Yeah. I worked that one out. That's why I'm dead light, and that's why when I talk to someone and they're dead friendly and they out, mate, and I'm thinking that never used to happen. And like a customer owed me some money, so I just wrote a message. Normally they ignore it. Phone me back in 3 minutes. Paid me the next day £1,000, and I was thinking, wow, I like this part. this part I can handle this part. And like when people say, I have a chat with them now, I'm joining the energies of them and me and giving them, do you know what I mean? It's quite personal. It's very, very weird now. Where before I just block off everyone.
Yeah. What you're experiencing now is what I call collaboration. So you're collaborating with the energy and the vibration you see before you, rather than trying to control it. That's the difference. So when you collaborate, so much better, so much better. The experience for both of you is so much better. What you create together is unexpected. It's surprising what you can create together, and you're really quite amazed, as the creation that you're creating, because of both of your vibrational energy co-creating this together. And the whole point of this, Raph, is one consciousness, co-creating as one consciousness, because that's what we're doing, that's what we're aiming for.
I was in Tesco's looking for my webcam. Everywhere sold out, and I said to this staff, have you got a webcam? And they said it's over there. And I said, I've looked there, but thank you very much. We appreciate it. Went off, and then he said, hold on. And he chased me up, and he says, have you tried? And I was thinking, this is a staff member at Tesco's. They don't help me like that normally. They normally think that's job, but that's the impression now, that they want to help you. They want to get what you want, and it's an unbelievable experience. Yeah. It
is. It's so wonderful, and it's also we've always been here to lead by example. Always, we don't get it right. Understand that although we're angelic in vibration, in soul and part soul of that, we also are 3D human too, and we have messed up. I've messed up loads of times. I've done many not so nice things in my life. But it's all about understanding that there's a soul part of you, and then there's a human 3D part of you, and it's trying to amalgamate the two. It's trying to amalgamate it into one. So trying to make sure that the soul part, the angelic side, almost like takes over the physical 3D stuff. And this is exactly what you're experiencing, Raph. Your soul is overtaking your 3D, your 3D experience now. And so what you're experiencing now is that people do want to help, and people do want to give you love, and people do want to care, because that's what you're emanating. You're emanating that yourself. It's like you said earlier, it's a mirror, isn't it? Whatever you give out is exactly what's being reflected back to you, Yeah. And this is what's happening, and you're seeing it. People will be like, oh, I want to help you, or can we do this, or it's so hard, and yeah, I get that a lot, like you do. I'll ask someone for something, and I'm always really gracious and grateful for the help that we get, and the advice that we get is such a nice thing, such a nice thing, and whatever you ask for, you kind of get, it just appears, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's like
definitely.
Manifestation. You think it, you say it appears, and it's like, whoa. But it's all got to be, for us, it's got to be in service to humanity, because that's where angelic, that's our contract, this is what we're about, this is our nature of every angel on the planet. We are in service to every single one of you. This is what we do, this is what we're about. This is why we give and give and give and give and give, because it's our nature. This is who we are. We're not here to be a part of the humanity kind of one consciousness. We're here to kind of guide and teach to ensure that it happens. We're not planning, I'm definitely not planning on being on 5D. I'm not going to be there. But I'm planning on making sure that many people reach 5D. Everyone will, those who want to experience it, will experience it. Those that want to move on, they'll move on. They've already experienced it many times over, just like we have. We've experienced this many, many, many times. Yeah.
I found out that I had my wings taken off me once, but I've gone back. Would you be surprised at that? Is that surprising?
No, not at all. I think you've got to reach a certain state of awareness, vibration, consciousness, whatever label you're going to give it. For me, it's a vibration. Vibration is love, it is consciousness, it's all of it. It's just a different name for it.
It's energy, isn't it? We're all energy, everything's energy. So.
Exactly. Once you reach that, things change. You change. Things that were closed to you before suddenly start to open up. Things that you've always wanted before, that you couldn't have before, you can have now, because your vibration's changed.
I haven't won the lottery yet.
You never will, Raph. You're going to have to let that one go. It's not happening.
Well, I'm all nice now. It should, No,
it doesn't work like that. I told you, we're in service. You know that. It's not going to happen for us.
Yeah.
Not for us. That's not what we're here for. So, but yeah.
We're not here for easy ride, are we?
No, we're not here for that. And besides, you won't be able to relate. You could do a lot with it. You could do a hell of a lot with it. You know, you could set up some pretty amazing stuff for sure. But we didn't come here for that, Raph. You were trained from a child with demonic energies to understand how that works, to battle them, to use these different techniques, magic, to overcome them. You were trained from a child. I was trained from a child with vibration. My vibration had to be high, and I was trained about the matters of the heart and using that, thinking from the heart, being from the heart. I was trained as a kid from this, you know, and we've all been trained in this way. There is something that all of you have been trained in, and you're only becoming to realize it now, and it's only coming to fruition now. And it's not because you've had all those years of training, you know, the 3D years. It's not to do with that. It's because the vibration is ready for it now. That's why. That's why you're all coming online. That's why it's all happening now. Because the vibration is right, and your skills, your abilities, your soul, your heart, your love, all of that is needed now. This is why everything's set in vibration. Nothing's set in time. Nothing's set in time. Everything's set in vibration.
I have noticed something different. When I do hands-on healing, I now can use love energy for the first ever time, and the love energy, anything negative there, just gets wiped out. That's a new one on me. I've only noticed it the last few days. It's like another one in the armour. It's very, very powerful. So if anyone's got a damaged knee and it's negativity and his attachments or whatever's in there, the love of it will disperse it, which is unbelievable.
Oh God, yeah. The most powerful energy I know anywhere is love. It's the highest vibration ever. I mean, if you really want to, you know, talk about depths of love, you know, then speak to Rachel, you know, Rachel Fitzgerald, and you know, Inez Dietrich. Like, they have like hearts beyond hearts, like, ooh, really, really incredible. And then that's coming from me. You know, I have a very big heart, as you know, Raph, and I have a very big high vibration, and it all comes from the heart for me. You know, always has done. And they are brilliant with it. I am in awe of them when they start talking and expressing from that place. Wow! Like, you want to know about heart space? You want to know about the depth of love and how far you can go? They're your people. These are the people who can do it. You know.
11 days ago, I was blocked. Emotions, no art, nothing. It was like being the Grinch at the end when his art started pulling. You know, his art, I can feel something. That's me. That's me.
Brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
It's the most powerful, you know, tool every one of us has. You know, Father gave you it to use, you know, and to use for whatever you wanted to use it for, you know, for yourself, for others, for whatever, for planet Earth, you know. Yeah, it's very, very powerful. I rate it. I rate that more than anything. But then I've known this since I was a child. You know, this is not anything new to me. I know love is the most powerful thing ever. It always has been for me. And in order for you to, you know, use it, it comes from your heart. It comes from your heart space. You know, when I say about think from your heart, that's what I'm saying. It's like love, you know, emanates from the heart. Think from your heart. You know, it's like if you're in a situation, you know, and you're not quite sure what to do, then ask yourself the question, you know, what would love do in this situation? What would love do in this situation right now? The answer will be like that. It'll be lightning speed. That's exactly what you need to do. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I rate it, Raph. 100%. Yeah, I rate it every time. Nothing more powerful than love. It can make you, and it can teach you, and it can break you.
But if you block from it, you'll never know one or the other, will you? If you block from love, then, but yeah, love is pain isn't a good. But I think I got that from a few past lives. I brought it here, and this is one of the things I had to release, and the other one is I had to I had to meet up with the mirror of me, the feminine version, which I have separate entities but mirror, and I during this time, I think I've told you, I've never been scared in my life. I've got no fear.
Yeah,
I have had in the last week. fear because I haven't got a clue where I'm going. I haven't got a clue what I'm assisting because I thought I was fully in control. So yeah, I found fear at last as well.
Yeah. Well, it's wonderful because in that chaos, in that disorder, in that chaos and disorder, there is, there is a sense of like peace. There is a sense of kind of, just being. I know from my own past experiences when I've just stood in the chaos and disorder or whatever's been going around me, and we've all experienced this. When you just stand in it and then allow it to be, there's this like overwhelming kind of acceptance. This is overwhelming kind of peace that comes over you. It's almost like the more that you experience something, the less kind of sensitive you become with it. You become desensitized to it. So the more that you experience the fear aspect of it, the less control it has over you. And that's the key thing. And it's like love. The more you encompass, well, the more that you bring in your love, the more that you bring into your vibration, the more that you emanate it, the less fear has a hold on you as a result, the less that it can penetrate that particular vibration. It has great difficulty. The darkness already know this. They can't penetrate high levels of love. It's too hard for them. They can't do it. They've tried many times, and so when you get to that level, it's like it doesn't affect you. When your vibration drops, which it does, vibration, your vibration doesn't always all the time. You have to work up that. When it does drop, then that's when they do get in, and kind of manipulate with your thoughts. And,
do you know when it drops?
Horrible things and all the rest of it.
Yeah, when it drops is when you go to a supermarket at the moment. It drops then because you see all the people. And you know what I mean? Yeah. I think anyone who's high vibrational, anyone who's hanging around in public who's high vibe, will be feeling those energies because we're just giving out so much at the moment. In regards to the keeping things on an even keel, keeping things balanced, centered, positive, heart space. We're giving all of that out. And so when we go to a supermarket and we go and do our shopping and we come back and we feel bloody knackered, and yet you've only gone out for like half an hour. Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, that's why. Everyone's draining you out.
Yeah, everyone needs it, and people go, oh well, why are they draining me? Why are they taking from me? Because you're infinite. You cannot be drained to the point where you kind of like can't replenish. You can replenish all the time. You walk in nature, you eat good food, you drink plenty of water, you do some meditation, you do a little bit of yoga, you play around with your crystals, whatever that might be. you do a great spiritual energy dance, you spend time in nature amongst the trees and the grass with barefoot or whatever. There you go, you're replenished. We us angelics know this. We understand that people will take from us, and we don't have a problem with that. We like, in our minds, it's like, well, we're infinite. There is no kind of like lack. We're always channeling. That vast amount of energy is always coming through us. Whether it's coming from up above or down below, it's always coming through us. So we just give it away, as in plentiful abundance amounts, because we understand that it's forever free flowing. It never stops. It's always here. And that can be a good thing when people need it, when they need that pick me up, but it can be a bad thing when people rely upon it. When people latch onto you and like, oh, I need some Raphael energy, or I need some Metatronic energy, every now and then that's okay, but rely upon that all the time is, I want more. You already have that.
You froze.
Yeah. And that's to the video. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I'm just saying that a lot of people, they take more and they take too much and they can have a mental problem taking too much energy. The more energy they go, it seems that the weaker they get. It's a bit weird. I've seen people, and old people who take too much with very, very dried skin because they're vampires, basically. They're vampire energy vampires. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, yeah. You phased out there for a minute, but I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we came here this time to represent the light. We have played darkness many times before, me and you and many other angelics, but we came here to play the light. We came here to imbue the light and be the light and represent the light. This is what we're about this time in this lifetime, and it's to facilitate ascension. So yeah. There's I think it's about perception and how you see it, isn't it? That's a kind of key thing, isn't it? Yeah. Because I think, therefore I am. We've heard that many times. I think, therefore I am. And if you think that, then you are that. So be careful what you think. Be very mindful of it. But Ralph. I'm really happy with the way you've changed, and how much you even look younger, man. Seriously, your skin and your face, everything looks younger. Yeah. Just goes to show, innit?
Do you know when I'm doing group chat sometimes, I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm actually learning what I'm writing, and that is scary. I normally think, let's think about it, let's do a little message and just take a bit of time, make sure it's all. Now I just flow with it. Whatever comes through, I've got to say, which can be quite it's quite strange, actually. I wish I did my exams like this, because I would have probably got better results, but that's life. So it's free-flowing. It just comes out. I don't even know where it comes sometimes. Yeah. Am I still here?
Yeah, you are. You phased out a little bit, but I kind of got what you were saying. About free flowing and just going with it, which is very unusual to you. But you've been to quite a lot of my videos with Deb, so you know what that's like. That's all free flowing. None of that's planned. None of that's controlled. It's all about being in the moment, right here, right now space. And once you're in that right here, right now, everything just flows a lot more easier. You get to, things just come as they should, and people get to hear exactly what they should. And that's exactly what they need, to move forward in their vibration. Not too much.
True.
Little. Meant to be divine, information. So you're just getting into the flow of that now, but it will just become so natural to you. You will just go in the flow of it, and it'll be easy. It really is. When I do those sessions with the people that turn up to that, it's a joy for me. I have so much fun. Afterwards, my 3D body struggles with it, because when you spend that much time imbuing or embodying, such high levels of vibration, because obviously I've got, if Father and Meti isn't there, then it's Yeshua and Meti, or Yeshua, Father and Meti, and someone else always tends to turn up. I know a couple of times the Ascended Masters turned up, all of them, just sitting here, observing, watching, lending their vibration, and I was like, that's a lot of vibration in one room, and there's a lot of vibration in one particular session. So the spiritual side of me can go on forever. There's no limitation to that. But my 3D body, it does struggle with it the day after I'm in bed. I need to sleep. The 3D body needs to rest, and after that it's all good again. But everyone, deals with it differently. And that's the way my 3D body deals with it. Mentally, spiritually, I feel brilliant. I feel really good. But the body cannot take it too much. It's not ready yet. It's still not ready for these high vibes. We're working on it. We're working on it becoming more crystalline, but it's not ready yet. It's working on it. We've still got some work to do.
The healing event I did a week ago, which was during the awakening, which was scary as anything, because I didn't know what person I was going to be. A week before, I put a plan what I was going to do. I was going to stick to it. 2 days before, I changed the plan to a different one, and then on the day, I scrubbed the plan and just did reset. I couldn't be bothered with all that. I just thought, don't plan anything, just let it flow, let it work, and that was quite strange. I would never have done that normally, but.
No, but it was unexpected in many ways, because you weren't expecting to have your awakening during this time. You didn't know about it until it happened, and it's like, whoa, okay, this is happening. So you had two choices, either to continue with the group and go ahead, or to rearrange it for another time. But you're Raph, You're not going to back away and go, oh, I'm not going to not do it, you know, because I'm going through my own awakening and I'm having some things happen to me. Jesus, we're all doing that. There are a amount of times I've done group sessions, one-to-one sessions, you know, sessions, you know, in person with people, you know, where I've not felt so great, or I'm going through a particular, you know, vibrational change, whatever that might be, or feeling a vibration. That's quite difficult because sometimes I feel what's going on planet Earth quite a lot, actually. You know, you can always turn around. Do you know what I mean? Not today, but I don't want to deal with it today. But we don't. We never say no. We always do it. You know, no matter how shit we're feeling, or no matter what's going on in our lives, whether that's a spiritual or 3D thing.
I dismissed it.
You were saying
what I did, because it was fake. It was planned, and if you do an event like that, why plan it? Because it's not real, because you're basically structuring it. It's better just let it flow, because it flows from a better place then, doesn't it? It flows from your heart, so you're giving better vibrations. You're giving yourself to it instead of a planned fake person. And that's why I just scrubbed all my notes and just said no. And I had some difficult questions. Though.
Yeah. No.
Can't wait for yours.
I think next week, this Saturday coming up is when mine is. So you can plan all the questions you like. But I think you're right. I think what it's teaching you, Raph, is to be in the flow, to be in the flow of it, to be in the flow of the energy, and that energy should be love emanating from you. And as long as you come from that space, no matter what people say and do, you're changing their vibration. No matter how difficult the session is, no matter what questions you get, no matter how, you know, difficult, you know, the vibrations are of within that group, you know, which we're changing as we go and do this. This is what we're about. This is what we do. You know, we are holding that high level of love vibration, so everyone else can imbue it, can take it on board, you know, and kind of do what they want with it. I've said this to you before. My vibration is pure, and it's pure as form, just like Father's vibration. It's pure. Okay, so when we do the sessions, like, you come to that session and you take on that energy, but it's pure. So it's not with any intent. You know, there's no intent other than the fact that you're getting it in pure, and then you take it on board. Your soul, like, amalgamates it, assimilates it into whatever you need in that particular moment in time, space, and reality to help you to awaken or to ascend your vibration. You know, or it might be ascend your vibration. It's, you know, there's so many things you can use it for. It isn't just one way. It can be anything you want it to be. And so I didn't realize that. I only came into that realization probably a few months ago. So I was like, oh, I wasn't made aware of that. You know, because you just do what comes naturally to you, don't you, Rand? You know, we do what comes naturally to us. We don't really question it. We just do it because it feels right, feels like the right thing to do, and everything seems to flow when you come in from that space. And then I was like talking to Father about it.
How I used to do it.
And he was like,
how I used to do it. I used to tell a joke to make people, you know, make them high vibe. Now I just give the high vibe. It's different. I used to try and make them in that, but now I give that, and that's the difference. Yeah.
That is the difference. But this is what angelics are about. The archangels were all like this, you know, and we're all learning about this. That this vibration is the only thing you've ever needed, the only thing you do need. And so it's great. It's wonderful. Really, really good to see you both, see you and Sophie changing as well. So, and that friend that we know about who helped you to open up, she still has a download for me. So I know if you're
I've given her a few, and I nearly would. And I thought, you're getting them this time, not me.
She's got a download for me, and I've got one for her. But she's got to be ready to connect, because, as you know, connecting to this vibration can be a little bit difficult sometimes. So she'll connect when she's ready. You know, what did she say to me? Divine timing. You make your own divine timing, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah, all in good time, I'm sure. But
I haven't told you any of my stories apart from me awakening.
No, I think, well, this is why we did the video. The video was to, kind of show the world that, how much you've changed, just literally in a couple of videos we've done, how different it is for you right now and what you're experiencing. And I also think it's really good for the world to see that angelics change too. They also get catalyzed too. We are in this together with you. We're not separate from you. We didn't come just to sit on the sidelines and watch you guys go through it. We came in and we're mucking in with you. We're doing it with you, and we're not just doing it with, what we would see as like you human being souls. We're doing it with galactics, ascended masters, source God beings. We're all here. We're all in the same playground. We're all kind of getting it together and sharing our tips and sharing our experiences and trying to get it right and trying to help each other. So yeah, I think it's really good for the world to see this, for sure. 100%. Yeah. So thanks Raph, for doing it, because not everyone wants to show this part, do they? They don't want to show this aspect of it, do they? It's like when you're a little bit unsettled, you're not quite sure what you're doing. You're not quite sure whether you're sane or insane. All of that.
Some of my admissions, it was quite embarrassing, and I kept hold of them. I owned them, and I needed to release them. And I put it on the messenger, and I wouldn't have done that normally. That's because I'm now above all that. I don't care about that. It's happened. Let it go. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But by telling people that that's what happened to me, and that's what created my little. If you hold something when you're a child that was very, very bad, it becomes your little demon inside, and you always dwell on it and dwell on it. It gets bigger, so it's not a real demon. I know it's actually your demon, and it's powerful. It can attack. If it thinks it's going to die, it will attack what's going to try and kill it.
Yeah,
but you created it, and it's another aspect I never thought about. So. Yeah. Absolutely. I did have a download to say I was going to have a shitload. Pardon the French. I was going to have a load of downloads, and I was thinking, a load. What does that mean? Help! On the Friday, I had them all coming in, and I was going crazy. I thought, what are these? And some of them are like ready to not open yet, but they're inside me to open at the right time, the timing ones. But that's because my emotions are now released, and it was just a Friday, thank God. I actually said, any chance you can just hold back a bit? Give me a break for half an hour, just But I could feel them going. Normally I feel them going. I'm healing someone. I feel them when I'm healing an healer. I feel them going into them, and then I tell them after you've had a download. You think it was all for me, and that many. Wow.
Brilliant. You needed it. You were a little bit behind. You're catching up now with it all. That's why you're ready for it now. You're ready for exactly what you're here to do. So yeah, it's interesting because I had quite a few over the years. So ever since when I've been doing the videos and connecting with people, I've had quite a lot, and my vibration just got higher and higher and higher. And then I actually realised now, like recently, that there are people as well that I specifically need to connect to because they have a download to me and I have a download for them, and we did this for one another. We planned this before we got here, so yeah, it's good. It's really, really good. It can be a little bit overwhelming because I'm like that too, but they never give you more than you can handle.
I hope.
Yeah, I know.
I've gone past the difficult stage now. I know there's more to come, and I know, but the worst part is gone. I know that the worst part is changed me completely. There's nothing else to really change. I'm fine with it. I still have a little bit of ego which wants to try and play, but I know how to treat him now. I don't lock him away in a safe in my head. I let him go free and just say, no, hold on, I'm in charge here. Yeah, so I've learned that as well, which is good.
Yeah. The heart takes over.
An example, someone put something on a messenger. Normally I'd say, well, I can beat that. I'll put my crystals on that, miles better. But in the end I thought, no, hold on. Let's see what he's got. He's putting that. Let's talk about that. It's not about me. At the end of the day, I'm not competing. I'm not in a competition. Yeah.
The ego thing is a very, very difficult thing. I spent a lot of years trying to get rid of it, and I do. I don't give it any place in my vibration anymore. It's all about the heart space and where that comes from, what it's about. And I was trained with this younger, just like you, Raph, in service to one another, in service to humanity is something I've known since I was a child. This is something I've always been doing. The work I've been doing, the people I've interacted with, is about helping as much as I can with whatever I can. And we don't always get it right, and sometimes we mess it up, but that's whole part of the plan. That's all part of the practice and the repetition and the repetition and the repetition. So you can, almost master your craft, And so we've got to the stage, we've done it that many times. We know what heart space is. We know what we can read people so easily. It's simple to us because we've mastered it. We've done it through repetition.
Yeah.
So this is the same thing. It's the same thing. This is kind of what we're doing. We've finally getting to the stage where we've mastered the craft. That ego in my world doesn't have a place anymore. It's pointless having it. It doesn't serve anyone or anyone. It doesn't serve anyone or anything. There's no point for me to have that. I rid of that a long time ago. So it comes from the heart space. That's where I come from with everything now. And that's better. Sometimes, people will say things and you're like, you kind of think, oh, I should challenge that, or the ego likes to come in and try and be a part of that. But you got to, get it out and say, you have no place in our new world.
I was thinking of someone that I won't mention them. Hello. I think you know what I mean. The other group is fine now.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably good.
Oh wow,
now.
That's good.
So what they were saying it was a few of them, and they go for demons, the demon warriors. And I said, God, you do a really, really good job. And they said, be careful, make sure you're protected. And I thought, I want to say my bit. I really do want to say it. And I thought, thank you very much. I had to just let them say, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, that other group's fine now. But the problem was they are warriors, and they got infiltrated by what they were fighting, which happens, I suppose. And it just so happens that the reaction between you and the other person created me to go to the other group. So it all worked quite well. And then I infiltrated the other group, and then all of a sudden, when I sent our group like a healing thing to make sure we weren't infected, because what was happening, there was one or two, and they were sending little attachments to the other members. So when I went in there, I sent what we sent to our group to their group, and Ankin said that they were peed off with me, and I thought, yes, I'm doing my job. I did it sneakily.
Yeah, I like that. That's the other thing you'll learn with this new vibration that you're assimilating now, is that there is this temptation that to kind of like you can see people in their vibration, and you know what the steps are, and you know what they're going through, and there's this temptation to like bring them onto the next kind of level, but they're not ready for that. And the hardest part for any ascended masters are really good at this. The hardest part is to step back and just let them go through it and walk them through the process, rather than us kind of guiding them through the process. Let them experience it, and then we discuss their experience. And then we go, oh, okay, yeah, that's really cool. What did you get? And then let them go to the next stage, experience that. Because we know what's coming ahead. We can see it. And the temptation to also say to people what's coming ahead. And you know what? Some people you can say that with, and they'll take note, and they'll listen, and they might learn something from it. And then there are those that you can talk, till you're blue in the face, and it doesn't matter, they're still going to go through the process. So yeah, that's the next stage. Is like the hard bit is to kind of keep your mouth shut and watch them go through it.
I've got an example of that.
Yeah,
Sophie, I keep on saying you're not ready yet.
Yes.
You're still going through what Nilesh has done to you, so I've got to wait. If you want, you've got to wait basically for the next stage, because she's still going through it. And time and time again, can't you? No, I can't do that. I could, but I don't think they'd be happy when they do cheating. It's a cheat. So, yeah.
Well, no, let her go through it.
Yeah.
This is the whole point of you came for the experience of it. So why deny them that experience, and why also spoil the show and the surprise by telling them the ending or telling them parts of the story? It's like, no, let them enjoy it, no matter how positive or negative it is, and in that vibration, it's all an experience.
One of her lives, she was killing angels, and I was helping her. I wasn't killing her, I was helping her. I was trying to get her to the light. I wasn't trying, but she was actually like, you should read Ivan's thing. It's very interesting, because a lot of it I do resonate, because I've told her, and all of a sudden someone that he's said, and I mean, he's confirmed everything I've been saying to everyone. I mean, it's good when that happens. So like,
I will do. Was it the video thing she sent me, or was it the voice, the audio thing?
I think it's the voice one.
Yeah, I think I'm halfway through it, because I listened to some of it this morning. I'll have to finish it. Yeah. Some of it's already been confirmed, though. Yeah, some of the stuff they were saying about you and your friend was like bang on, wasn't it? So I was like, oh, that was really clever.
The funniest one was I was rescuing her from very low dimension, I think nearly the void, and I got to her, and I've said this earlier, and I said, "Oh, let's stay here for a bit." It's like an holiday. On holiday with the demons. I'll go to the bar. What he said is, I do my job better than Michael, because Michael's he's too light, he's too high vibe, and I'm one of these that I don't mind going a bit low now and again.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I totally relate to that, because I'm the one that anchors, Halo, so I understand the darkness very well. I understand what he goes through, and we've been there ourselves, He's high vibe. Although he's dark, he's high vibe. And when this is all over, he gets to come home, which is the best bit, and I can't wait for that day. So that's a bit.
What do you call the devil, sorry?
Lucifer. His name is not Lucifer. That was the name that was given to him by the Bible. His real name is Hallel.
Yeah, I thought that, because he's I'm still friends with him. He's a good mate. I wouldn't trust him 100%. He's got too much. But he's okay. People think that you mention a name and no, he's all right. He was very powerful. He still is. One of the most powerful angels of all. And he's doing a job that no one else. I wouldn't want to do this job, would you? No.
Well, I couldn't do it. I wasn't allowed to take on that position, and it was, a toss-up between him and Michael. And after having discussions with Father about it, we decided that Hallel would be the best one, because of how high vibe he is. His vibration matches Metatron's and Source God energies. That's how strong he is. So they call him the fallen angel. He's not fallen. He chose. That's the difference. Well, he didn't choose, because he really didn't want to do it.
The jail keeper.
Yeah. He wasn't keen on doing it, let me tell you. It wasn't just like, yay, I'm going to go and play the darkness for humanity, just so they can learn what it is they do and don't want. It wasn't that kind of experience. It was like, it was quite a sad moment, to be honest with you. Sad moment to see one of our brothers go and play in the darkness. And
I think when he picked that, I was on holiday. Oh, thanks.
Very wise.
It's an horrible job, I want to.
Oh God, yeah, it's a horrible job, and that's the other thing that people don't get. It's a job. It's a job. It's a role that they're playing out. It's not exactly who they are. Just like here on planet Earth, you've got all these ascended masters. You've got all of these galactic beings. You're playing out a vibrational role. you know, on the planet stage of, you know, planet Earth, you know, on the stage of planet Earth, you know, that's exactly what you're doing. You're playing out your vibrational role, you know, on planet Earth this stage. That's what you're doing.
The thing with Michael, though, he was just too full of light, where the one he picked could go in both. And that sounds like me, so I just did not want that. There's no way. That's just knowing it is. Ugh.
Do you know what was the deciding factor?
What was that? No.
The ones that who would be damaged from it. That was the deciding factor. We were very clear that there are other vibrations we were looking at, you know, yourself included. They're the 5 we were looking at.
I was close, I know that.
Yeah. We decided that many of the other archangels would be too damaged by it, so damaged in fact we didn't know whether we could bring them back from it, but we knew with Hale, with his light being so strong, and that the fact that I could anchor him in his light, was there's a very good chance that he could come back, and he is coming back, because we don't like failure, obviously, as you know. So when this is all over and we've done the Earth experience, you know, and people say, well, there'll be other Earth experiences, and I'm like, no, because that means Halo needs to be there for longer, and we're not doing that. So
you know what'll happen, don't you? They'll drug me and I'll wake up and I mean, I'm here.
That'd be funny. That'd be funny.
I'll be like the Netflix program where he's got a white. I don't know if you've seen it. The devil's got like a white. He's white, but he's all demons around him, and he's like, "Oh God, what am I doing here?"
It's funny because when I watch that show, and I've seen that show, like I saw it in first time I ever saw it was a couple of years ago in Australia, I think it was, and it's funny because with the way the character he plays is not really like Hale at all. You know, the fact that he's dressed so smartly all the time. But what miss out is how smooth. He's like, Hale's so smooth. He's such a good-looking boy, you know. And yeah, he can play the charm. He's so good at that. You know, he's like a master at it.
Well, so I wanted to actually tell him about that show, but I'm too scared to. I don't think he'd be impressed with them.
I don't think he'd be impressed either. But it is funny. It is funny.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a good show. I like it. Not quite what he's like, but there are some similarities for sure. Definitely.
One or two. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Well, families do have to watch it, I suppose. There's a lot on there that you can't. You know, we know about that. Can't be said. But yeah, it's good. Right. I think we'll end it on that. It's been almost 2 hours. I think we recorded. So.
Well, and it's not like our normal one.
No, it isn't, which is why it's really important that we did it, Raph. You know, I think it's important not only for you, but also for, you know, the world as well to see. So thanks for doing it, Raph. Really appreciate it.
No, that's fine, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Okay. Right, I'll see you. I don't know what I'll be like next week, but that's like...
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Okay. Right, see you, Nilesh.
All right, take care.
Thanks, then. Bye.